Looking to upgrade your eyewear with a little bit of technology? Well, Lucyd has the answer for you. We'll talk about it. From Lucyd Lyte, it's the Eclipse XL sunglasses for CES 2024. Welcome everybody, a Spike Studio product review pre-CES, days away, actually, probably a couple weeks when we're recording this. This is the Eclipse XL sunglasses from Lucyd. So these are actually technology-enabled sunglasses. We'll take a look first what's in the box, and then we'll break it down into sections and talk about the glasses themselves. So what's in the box? You get an actual power brick. Let me just start with that, because no one ships power bricks anymore. They just give you the cable, but the power brick does come with the box. They give you a lovely little carrying case. They give you, of course, the little cleaner wipes that there are, and then the cable. We need to talk about this. So this is a standard charger cable, USB. The catch is the other end. Now the cables. As I said, they're magnetic. They go to each arm, so when you plug it in, which is cool, actually just clips right on. So as you can see, once you just set it there, it'll just actually, if I turn this over, there we go. Finds it, plug it in. Took a couple hours to charge. After the couple hours, as soon as you take it off the charger, they're automatically on. So keep that in mind. So if you charge it randomly throughout the day, they will be on afterwards. Up first, battery life. Go right into just that before we talk about even how the buttons work and the functions. Says a few hours to charge, which it did. It says 12 hours of time that you'll get per battery charge, basically enough to last you all day in most sunlight areas. And we found that to be pretty true. Streamed podcasts, streamed music, took a few phone calls. Yeah, it does phone calls. Asked a lot of questions using the integration to your phone. You can call Siri, you can do ChatGPT, which we'll get to later on. And it did. It lasted throughout the day. Put it on the charger at night, off it went. It was easy to pair. Like I said, the first time you take it off the charger, it's going to be ready to pair. It was easy to find inside the phone. It came up as Lucyd, and you were ready to go. You can only pair to one device. So if you want to move this from device to device, you need to unpair it from one, repair it to another. So that was one downfall. So turning it on and off, let's talk about that. This was a weird thing, and we'll cover that as part of the battery segment before we even get into the buttons. But to turn it on, if you're not just taking it straight off the charger, of course, you have to hold down the side, and there's these little buttons. We'll get to those. And you hold it down for a couple seconds. It only turns on one side. You have to do that to each side. But to turn it off, you can hold down either one for about 5 to 6 seconds and let go, and it says power off. So when you turn these on, you'll see that you only get one side that launches. And for a while, I didn't even understand that because I didn't look at the book. I'm not that smart. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's talk about functions of the buttons and some other features. I want to slip in a section to talk about the lenses. These come with a multitude of options for lenses. So what you're able to do is go online and pick the lenses you want. There's from transparency. You know what? Here's a little quick, integrated video for you to see. But you can get transparent. You can get ones that change colors, they transition. You can get prescription, which is huge, right? You can order whatever prescription you need. You can buy extra sets of lenses. You can buy ones for blue light technology. You can buy polarized, like the ones I'm using here are polarized, which I really like, as a matter of fact. Easy to change. You can just pop the lenses out, put the new ones in. They have a tutorial online for you to see. They recommend if it's prescription, let professional do it, but if it's the other ones, you can pretty much do it. But it's just some matter of at the frame popping them out and then later popping them back in. You can also adjust the frame a little bit by holding the right places and bring it in or out, depending on the size of your head. Other part about these glasses, weight. So all the technology is in the arms, as you can tell. A little bit thicker in the arms, not too heavy. I really enjoyed that. It didn't bother me for long terms, sitting on top of my ears. The weight itself, like I said, is kind of right here at the temple area, which is nice. And I didn't really seem to get bothered by it long term. That's the best part about these. They also have different styles, but this is actually, I said, the Explorer XL, so keep that in mind. All right, let's talk about the buttons. Okay, on to the functionality and the buttons. So right now they're off. Brought them down to the studio just after been charging throughout the evening, so we talk about it. As I said, hold down 2 seconds on one of the sides. You should be able to hear it. Power on. First side. Now remember, only that side is on, so power on. There we go. Then what it does is it jumps, it says pairing. And if you didn't hear it, it said pairing, and then it actually connects and lights up. So here we're wearing them. Now what do? You have to learn the button combination. I did over time. I read a few things. I saw some things online. I was looking at their site to get some marketing materials. But I learned the right side is pretty much up or forward, left side back or down. So one click on the right side, it'll get you up in one volume. wait and hesitate before you just click it multiple times to turn the volume up or down. It even says that. Left takes it down one. Same thing when you want to skip ahead in tracks or go back in tracks when you're listening to music. Double click, go ahead, double click, go back. If you want to answer a phone call, you can do the clicks. If you want to deny a phone call, hold it down for a couple seconds. It'll deny the phone call. If you want to integrate with the voice, like the Siri or the Lucid or getting into Chat GPT, which we'll get to in functionality, hold it for a few seconds. It'll pop it up on the phone. Integrate with that. The best part about this is I can now have open ear technology. I can integrate and talk to the phone, or I can just listen to things. I don't have wires. And also, you've got glasses on. So that's the other part. To turn them off, you hold it down for 5 to 6 seconds, either button. It'll say power off, and then there you go. That part's done. So now let's talk about all the pieces that integrate and how it sounded and call quality. Trying to keep this in chunks so you can skip around where you need to. This is probably the biggest part. Quality. So if you're an audiophile, these aren't the ones for you, right? This isn't made to be an audiophile, in the ear, deep, rich sound, but it had great sound. It was very nice to listen to. It was great for podcasts. It was great for spoken items, audiobooks, and most music generally as walking around. What I like the most about this, and I'll put it out there up front, is the safety factor to me. If you're going to wear these somewhere that you're going to be outside and you want to be able to hear your surroundings, be it that you're walking through the park by yourself or you're downtown, the functionality of that is fantastic because I'm able to then hear everything around me as I'm hearing the sound come down. So it's an open, ear technology. So the sound kind of goes down on your ears, they say. It worked very well. Could other people hear it? You turn it up enough, you could. If it was a very quiet place and you had it up a little bit, they could. But in the noisier cafes, outside, I walked with some friends. We tested it out. No one could really hear it. And I could have things going on. What was cool is I could use it, when you're driving, right? Directions. So directions were a big part of it, even downtown walking and using Google for that stuff. It could tell you your turn by turn, everything you need. That was just integrated perfectly inside of these. Then we get into call quality. They sounded great for the other person because I said talking sounds good. A little bit lower for some reason. I had to turn it up during the call. Me. You know what? Let's listen to one.
So why not do this section and tell you about how it sounds when I was on phone calls by actually using these to record the sound and then putting it against the video. So what you're hearing is what it sounds like when you were out listening to me. If I answered this via phone call, here's what it sounds like when I make it a little bit closer to you. There is noise cancellation in the background, so it worked well inside some noisy environments like a cafe, and I tried it out there. But I thought this would be a good, easy way for you to see exactly what it sounded like without using the studio microphones in the background.
So as I said, a little speakerphone-ish, a little tin-ish in a way. Not perfect sound quality, but I don't expect that from somewhere that has the mics right above here. They do have that thing where, you can cup around it to get a little bit of privacy. That seemed to work a little bit better. But past that, it was great for just on-the-fly quick conversations and having this hands-free again and keeping the phone in my pocket. That was kind of a nice feature. Now, what does look weird is you talk to yourself. People are so used to now seeing AirPods. Remember when they first came out, people were like, they didn't see the wires. They thought you were just goofy. Well, you're back to goofy because they think that you're talking to yourself because you're just talking to your sunglasses and no one's around. That one was one that was overcome. I did it one day sitting at lunch just to test them out. And people were like looking at you weird, like, what the hell is he doing? But that's no big deal. I mean, let it go. Past that, I enjoyed listening to music. I enjoyed being able to skip tracks. I enjoyed being able to, listen to playlists. And the last part is the integration, they say, with Chat GPT. What it really is the Lucyd app, which you can get, and thank you for them putting screenshots up to save me. But the app itself has ability to make calls to Chat GPT. You can get translations. You can have it do a whole bunch of work for you. But really what it's doing is just calling Chat GPT in the back end. It's not, it's not just a full part of the glasses themselves. You have to have that part available on the phone itself, but it makes it hands-free. So you see some demos of theirs online where someone hits the button, they hold it down, they ask for coffee, or they ask for directions, or they ask for the weather. I played with that a lot. It worked well. It was a cool little feature to have, and I think it'll grow as the technology grows too. But was it a big selling point to me? No, I think just the open ear was the big selling point to me. So what about overall? Overall, I enjoyed wearing them. I really did. I enjoyed the quality that I got out of it. I enjoyed the battery life tremendously. Once you learn the nuances of the buttons, like I said, it made it easy. It comes with the little carrying case. There's other models I think come with a bigger, sturdier case as well. I enjoyed that they put a charger brick in there, which that's here or there. Now this, of course, I understand why they had to do this unique power system to get it to here, because you just don't have the space everywhere to put the type of charger you want, like, you know, micro USB or USB-C or whatever. Maybe just not the space, or maybe they designed it before it was a thing. Either way, you have this unique charger, so you do have to carry a cable with you that usually you don't. So if you're on the road or you're just out and about and you use them a lot. The weight, like I said, didn't bother me all day. The lenses, really enjoyed those. Pro tip, order the first pair with the lenses you're going to wear the most, and then order additional lenses. Basically, do the math, because lenses are different costs based upon what you get. And I was looking at their, pricing model, and you can get different pricing for different lenses. So I happily got these with the polarized because I want to wear them outside a lot. But you can get them with the blue light if you were going to wear them for other things, mainly if you spend a lot of time outside looking at, mobile devices or whatever else. That could be a really cool feature as well. So get that. Versus the price point, you never know where the price is going to end up. But as of right now, it's a cool little thing. And I think if they can keep updating, maybe firmware, updating capabilities, mainly with the app integration, and sort of bring all that together. It is available for iOS and Android. I left that off way in the beginning, but you can get the app for both. So it's not just an iOS type thing. You can get it for both to download. They have links to it on their site for both of those. I had no problems on either phone. I disconnected, reconnected, and tested both. Just so happened day to day was using the iPhone more for some reason. And otherwise, I really like it. I appreciate them for sending these over to look at right before we get to CES. If you have any questions about it, please put them in the comments below. You know the rest of the drill. Subscribe, and plenty more content coming as CES approaches. Talk to you soon.